What is going on? I'm Zedmont. Been on a bit of a sabbatical. Is it considered a sabbatical if it's like 2 days off? Anyways, nonetheless, throw creator code Zedmont in your creator boost. It will make your warship rank up so much faster. It's unbelievable how much faster you'll rank up. But speaking of ranking up, I have not been doing a lot of that lately. So this is my warship. Um, it's a bit of a mess. It probably could get into diamond at this point because people are failing on this base like crazy. I can't remember whose base this is. Someone in the join at own risk task force threw it forward. And the amplified rocket launchers, plus the shock blaster, plus the shock launcher, plus the second shock. Like, there's just so much damage here. People are just not finishing this base. And you can see, like, ranking up fairly quickly here, just winning. People leaving some engine rooms up like that. It's just crushing people's heart and souls. And then anytime I screw up, it's my own darn fault. And that's kind of the way I like it a little bit. But it's also just not super fun because it's 5 engine rooms at this point have turned to be a little bit of a slow grind. And so we're going to go into 6 engine rooms. You can see up here I've got 235 keys. 1.4 something million. I'm going to show you this base. If you want to take a screenshot, that is what it looks like right there. We'll do a nice zoom in so you can copy that base if you're so inclined. Like I said, it works very, very well. My tech tree at the moment, Bullet only tick 3, probably should upgrade him a little bit higher. Flare's not really doing anything. The mines are maxed. Shock launcher's not maxed. That might burn me a little bit down the road. But also, shock's not maxed. Not really using those. That hasn't really hurt me all that much at the 5 engine room level. No brick, no mechs, no multi-node there. Cruising on, and now I'm saying things that you can clearly see, but just trying to not be sliding. Now, GBE node, probably going to be going back for that. That is most likely the thing that I need before 6 engine rooms. Troop health, just a little bit, a couple ticks there, here and there. Rocket launchers are maxed. That was critical to making this base work far, far better. Flamethrowers to tick 4. I had those at tick 3 until just recently. Throwing them to tick 4 gave me an extra one, so I figured why the heck not. 150% building damage is also like damage amplifier plus max rocket launchers plus, 100% building damage. 150% is coming soon. Don't have that multi-node. I don't have basically any multi-nodes. I know some people are using Kavan with heavies at the 5 engine room level. That does not interest me all that much. That's part of the reason why we're going to 6 engine rooms. There's that second building damage. I say DBD. Some people say BD just to shorten it. I guess you're not going to have... Anyways, cruising on down. Let me know which acronyms you find to be most confusing and annoying in Boom Beach. There's a ton of them. That building health. And now we're just going to do it. I'm going to unlock that next engine room. The decking is going to shift. Suddenly your base is completely out of date. I kind of like that you're forced to make a new base. Some seasons I have not actually made a new base. That's a bad idea. And now I'm going to go up towards that boom cannon, but first I'm going to get myself a CMO because I've got a base to copy. Big shout out to Pineappy for the base. I'm going to get that next rocket launcher. Now, there's a bit of a twist. Do I get the... I'm going to go for the extra rocket launcher. That will get me more, even with that extra building damage. We're just going to crush people's hearts and souls with this base. We're not going to have the extra gunboat energy, so we might fail a little bit more than I would like. Now, next up, I already have a base picked out, like I said, so we are going to swap out a prototype. Moving on back, where did we go? We're going to keep that there damage amplifier. We're going to swap out this shock blaster for a grappler. Yes, indeedly do. And I think that should cover the base. So at this point, I will do my standard where I pause and jump back. Actually, you know what? First, let's click that button. I like this button. Now, one thing that I've never actually tried, if you try and pick up a damage amplifier, it gives you like this destroy prototype thing. And I've never had the guts to click it. So if you I assume it's just going to put it into our buildings here, but I mean, it would be crazy if it destroyed it. If you've ever tried that, please let me know. I'm just too chicken to do it. So, chicken reference, bok, bok, bok. We're going to pick up all of those. I'm going to pause. Actually, you know what? First, we'll place the engine room. I know where this puppy's going to go. This puppy's going to go at the very, very far back left. This one's going to go at the very, very, I guess that's the middle back. And then we're just going to briefly place this one somewhere about, I think it's right there. Trying to be quick about this, folks. Another one about there. I'm not exactly sure. I will have to zoom in a little. Actually, I think it's like about there, actually. Not super certain. And then this one's going to go somewhere slightly left of center, about there. I will come back in a sec. We'll talk through this a little bit, but this is going to be absolutely bananas. Back in a sec. I just realized that I forgot to place that extra engine room, so the other engine room is going to go back along this back wall just to finish that out, looking like this. Now, the base that I'm copying has boom cannons. As you saw there, I did not get into boom cannons. Boom cannons are 2 chests away. Should be able to get into diamond with this and then pick up that boom cannon. So do consider subscribing. We will be jumping into diamond here very, very shortly. I know that I am late to the diamond train. Chew, but like I said, the last week or so, I have been absolutely pickled offline with some long time friends. So thank you for your patience. I know that there are some gaps in my upload schedule, so I do appreciate all of the patience you guys have shown when it comes to me not uploading videos here and there once in a blue moon. So anyways, I'm going to keep placing these defenses. I find that it's a little bit easier to not be doing this live because there's so many little tiles involved. So I will keep pausing and I won't keep saying back in a second because you guys don't even know that I'm gone, but working towards getting better at that. So I can already see a massive flaw in this base because I don't have the boom cannons. You'll see like in these gap between the shock blaster and the engine room, there should be a boom cannon there. Also between the engine room and a flamethrower, boom cannon should be in there. Another one goes right in that gap. And finally, the last one goes back here. But this front section with no boom cannons is making me a little bit nervous. Very, very curious to see how the base can stand up without it. Might be a little bit damage deficient when some rocket choppers start coming in that general neighborhood because they can fly over that gap. But we're going to find out. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I've already need to get going on these mines. Placing mines, the most tedious task. This is where the ability to copy the base would be so incredibly useful, but it's not there yet. And I mean, people who design the bases, I think it's probably a little bit of a nice thing that people can't directly copy you, but I know that in other Supercell games you can copy people's bases. I believe, please do correct me on that if I am wrong. I am not super knowledgeable about other Supercell games. Brawl Stars and Boom Beach are about the only two that I am proficient in, if you want to even call that a word, as I try and place these mines, dragging them bit by bit. One more time for the Supercell developers who threw the lines on the shore in Boom Beach. I love you. Thank you so much for doing that. Without the lines on the shore, copying a base would be an absolute nightmare. Anyways, don't want to bore you too much. We will be getting into some live battles here where you can watch me utterly flail about, because I have done a total of like 2 6-engine room attacks this season, and that was as a 5-engine room base, and not anytime recently. So keeping on placing these mines back before you even know I'm gone. All of the mines have been placed. Had to guess on a couple. I was going based on a screenshot. Always a little bit easier if you can actually go on the main base, because you can actually click and find the boom mines that have been hidden, for example, or the shock mines that you just can't see. There's no way you can possibly see that shock mine. I mean, you can try and like zoom around from the side and look from different perspectives. Boom Beach does actually give you a little bit different perspective as you move around, by the way, but you just can't see those. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade those flamethrowers just because A, they look way cooler, and B, just getting that extra damage against people trying to come in with Seekers or something should be fairly decent. Now, if you're wondering why I have that troop loadout, is because it's against a 4-engine room base. Like anytime I get a 4-engine room base, it is an absolute gimme. I just drop my troops at the front here, and then I drop a bunch of rocket choppers to go get that left engine room, and then I just BART out basically 3.5 engine rooms. So very, very straightforward. Hopefully you guys are using some sort of strategy like that. 4 engine room bases are so rare at the moment, but let's see what's going to happen here. I'm hoping not to have to use Bombardiers. I haven't used Bombardiers a lot this season, but I kind of assume I'm going to have to. Now, it'd be really, really, really nice to get a 5 engine room base right now. The fact that that keeps spinning makes me... Oh, we got a 7! I have not had a 7. The first time I played against a 7, I managed to beat it. That was like a week and a half ago, but it's been a long, long, long time. So what we are going to do here is I'm going to bring a Bombardier and Bullet over to that left-hand side. Mostly rocket choppas along that right-hand side, though. Should be able... You know what? We're going to bring 2 Bombardiers. I'm going to go Bullet about there, and then 2 Bombardiers over there, and then we're just going to bring all of our rocket choppas somewhere in this neighborhood like this. Oh, I hate it when I drop my flags like a complete and utter dummy. Just making so many mistakes at times that it just makes me so incredibly sad. But I think we should be okay. I'm going to get rid of this rocket launcher over here just to be on the super duper safe side. Whoa, you've got a bunch of health. Forgot about that extra health that is going to be coming in, so that is going to be a bit of a game changer. We need to throw a shock about there. Just cruising towards the engine rooms now. Where do we need to go? Let's get all of our troops over into about here, just because that left-hand side, I don't even know what side we're talking about right now, is going to be handled by those critters, and just cruising on in. I don't think, I'd be very surprised if this person gets all my engine rooms, so I'm going to try to go a fairly slow roll at this point, just trying to cruise on in with these troops, and then we're going to just keep popping critters. They've only got 2 engine rooms down so far. Sorry, not used to this whole 6 engine room thing. And then we are going to cruise on in. Should I be flaring things? Most likely, but like I said, we're just going to try and take it as slow as we can at the moment, because we've got the tech advantage on the damage side, on the defensive side, but this opponent is showing a little bit of gusto. Just need to get on in, throw that taunt, and now can I flare that engine room? I don't think I actually can, so we're just going to kind of hang out here for a little second or two, and then eventually throw that final barrage onto that engine room. I'd really, really like to win right now. Beating someone with more engine rooms is always a good time, and it's going to be super duper close. That is not a good time. I think my only other time I've faced a 7, I got 2 minutes 35 or 2 minutes 45, so I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. They are coming in with the yellow buses, and I think they actually beat us, so me taking my time, going slow, is going to knock me out of 20, I do believe, 10 seconds slower. So they went nice and slow. Let's watch their attack just to see. And again, those boom cannons that are lacking there would have made a huge, massive difference. So a little bit unfortunate there. 3 boats of the buses, 5 boats of the bombardiers. And again, that Seamo's doing some great work for us, but without the boom cannons to take down those buses, we're in a bit of a pickle here. So I don't think they had many troops left. Rocket launchers. And now I've seen people with extra cannons instead of extra rocket launchers. I've seen people with extra shock launchers instead of rocket launchers. I probably should have gone for cannons or shock launchers until I got those boom cannons. So that might have been a bit of a mistake on my part. But the fact that they got a time of 2 minutes 10 seconds, we can definitely work with that. We can definitely start beating those players. So not many people down at my rank at 6 engine rooms, it seems like. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to be against 5s or 7s. But now, what do they got here? They have got 1, 2, 3 rocket launchers. Those are not max rocket launchers, I suppose. That's a good thing. That should definitely help us. They've also not got the extra node, it seems. What am I looking for? They might have it in cannons, but oh, they got 3 shock launchers. There we go. So I'm just going to make this up on the fly. This is going to be a bit of a gong show. We're going to send Bullet. Can we shock enough things in there? I feel like my rocket choppas should be able to do enough damage, but it's just a matter of if they can stay alive. So I'm going to send Bullet first of all, and we're just going to send him up this left-hand side, and if you're like, if that internal monologue for you right now is saying like, Zed, what are you doing? Please don't hesitate to let me know that if I'm doing something that you're like, that is absolutely awful. But the fact is, we've got Bullet kind of up the front. If I throw this perfect, I think I missed the shock. Oh, I actually got it. Actually got the shock. That is fantastic. But that cannon is picking off a bunch of our rocket choppas. So not off to a flying start, but I'm just happy that I managed to hit that shock, which shouldn't be that much of a happiness. But like I said, I have not been playing a heck of a lot this season, not been doing a heck of a lot of skilled attacks, so anytime I can land the simplest of simple shocks, it's an exciting day for me. So opponent has already retreated. We should be able, actually we've already won, so that is a great step in the right direction with a terrible rocket chopper attack that is not going nearly as good as one would hope. But the base standing up all on its own. So we have slightly more tech. We have beaten RJ. Oh, staying in 20. So learning attacks, and obviously I've got tons of room here in gold. Like this is when I like to transition between engine room bases, because I can fall all the way back to 16, and as long as I'm collecting those chests in gold, it is not a bad thing at all. So we're going to end this video right here. By the time I post my next video, hopefully tomorrow, I will be able to show you all sorts of better 6 engine room attacks. Also, we are probably going to have those boom cannons, which will make this base actually complete, and then we can go from there. So I am likely going to have to max these Bombardiers, but I'm saving my tokens to max my boom cannons first. So that is all for me. I also should be getting that GBE node, as we talked about early on. If you think there's something else I should be getting, for example, troop health or getting Bullet ranked up, do let me know. Don't hesitate to hit me up in the comments. Otherwise, so good to be back. Glad. Hopefully you guys agree with me on that one. Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, as always, if you want to get those diamonds for swapping from Shock Blaster to Simo, do check out the description. We do have some room in some of our task forces. That way you're getting 29 diamonds every single day from that operation reward. But that is all for me. Like I said earlier, Creator Boost, Zedmont in any Supercell game. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.